Hello, welcome back to Ideas in Photography. I've just returned from Beijing, China on a short visit as part of my job at the university. And I was lucky enough during this visit to be able to trial a Sony A7iii lent to me by Sony through Wex Photographic. It's not often I get a camera to test, and it was quite interesting for me to have a shot and play with it, because this is a new generation of camera, a compact, lots of bells and whistles. But what I really liked about the camera is these bells and whistles were hidden. It actually functioned just as a camera. It did what I wanted to do, which was fantastic. The exposure, the focus, particularly good, was excellent, and I liked the viewfinder. I also particularly liked the Zeiss 50mm 1.4 lens that I took with me. As you can see from here, it's a very large lens, but quite a small camera. So I didn't have the kit lens with me, so I don't know what that was like, and I suspect it was a very usable camera. Nice to hold, particularly good, and it functioned as I wanted it to do. But importantly, when I got it home and I processed the work through Capture One, I saw that the quality, the image quality, was fantastic. It was really good. The price point is a bit high maybe for the amateur photographer, but for someone like me working with young graphic designers, photographers, artists, starting off, it's really good. £2,000 appears to be the price point. I'm sure you get it cheaper or more expensive. It'll vary as you go along. But importantly, it can also do 4K video with sound, and that seems to work quite well, although my experience, my knowledge is in still photography, and that's what I used it for. Now, why am I so interested, excited about a new camera? Well, it marks to me a change which I think has been happening going on for some time. We're moving away from the large digital SLR cameras, the old SLR cameras that we all grew up with. They're heavy, they've got lots of glass and pentaprisms, and well, they do the job. But these compact cameras have now become good enough, if not better, than the digital SLRs. The A7iii is full frame, so the quality's there. And I think what you need to do is make sure that you're up to date with technology. Make sure you understand what's changing. Because if you don't, the other photographers will do that. Now, don't forget the old technology, because sometimes that can be really interesting to experiment with, play with, to make expensive prints. But for the working photographer, I thought this Sony A7iii was really up to date. It was light, it was heavy enough to actually not shake too much when you're in your hand, although it's got all the usual gizmos to get rid of camera shake. So, at the end of the day, would I recommend it? Yes, I think in this case I would. I think that had I the time to retool, I would now start to look at Sony and consider them as a partner, because I think they now have the technology and, more importantly, the handling, which is always the issue with the older Sony cameras. These new Sony cameras are easy to use. The chips, the capture functions, and this to me was icing on the cake, their battery was great. The battery lasts under full working conditions 2 or 3 days. That is brilliant. That means you don't have to carry so many extra batteries except with you. For a stills photographer, it was beautiful. It's also got 2 SD cards that you can use, and I mirror my SD cards, so if one card fails, I've still got the other one. I think there's a few other things you can do. You can put JPEGs on one and full frame, I've lost the words now, raw files on there. So get in there, have a look at the technology. The price point's worth it. So I suppose what I'm saying, I think it's a great camera. Maybe have a look at it. So Ideas Photography, out.